For wide is the gate, and broad is the road that leads to destruction, and many enter through it. But narrow is the way that leads to life, and few will find it. You know, that's Matthew 7:12-14. Well, it's actually 13:14. 12 that precedes it sums up the law and the prophets that says, love your neighbor and do as to others as you would have them do to you. But the problem in the world is that we're usually measuring our standard of goodness up against what culture, what the world paints as good and evil. And we're inundated with images every day. You turn on the television, whether it's news or, you know, sensationalized entertainment that has always given us an idea of what is right and what is wrong. What is evil? It's usually a serial killer or somebody who is completely defrauding someone else or extorting, you know, liars to a great extent. But it's okay to lie if it's like for supposed good intentions, even though those intentions can have unintended consequences later on. It's never really good to lie, but I understand why we do sometimes to protect someone's feelings. But ultimately, are you stringing somebody along? Not to go on a tangent. Yesterday I talked about scammer payback, and I noticed when I woke up today I had a decent amount of comments. This is on YouTube, and people were like outraged, and I didn't really dig deep into it because it wasn't about him per se. He was just an example, and I named other pastors who have started off possibly on the narrow road, but as opportunities presented themselves, they found themselves in positions of power and affluence. Doors of compromise were open to them, and you know, if you're cheating on your wife, even if it's only virtually, but having someone else debase themselves, somebody was calling into question, how can you believe something that was posted? But I had watched multiple videos, and this person, there was receipts for everything. You can't deny the moral compromise, the cheating on his wife. I don't think he would have liked it if his wife was doing those things behind his back. But again, it wasn't even about him. It was about the fact that we all fall short of God's standard, but we compare ourselves to these things that the world builds up as evil, as personified evil. And we're like, oh, I'm not nearly as bad as that, so I'm okay. As long as I'm helping people over here, you know, helping people that are getting scammed, I'm okay to be morally compromised over here, but none of it is okay in God's eyes. And that's why broad is the road to destruction, because this world is convincing so many people that as long as they're good overall and their good outweighs their bad, that's what most world religions is. That's why Christianity stands apart from everything else, because it says your good works are filthy rags. Nothing you do can earn your way into heaven. So stockpiling good works to outweigh your bad works is not going to get it done. You are going to enter heaven through the grace of God, through Jesus Christ, through his blood on the cross, and through accepting that gift. Now, you can't just accept that gift and continue living in sin blatantly. You can't continue to practice sin. When you truly have come to know Christ, you want to serve him. There's a heart position. The position of the heart changes. So you want to honor and glorify him with your life. You want to treat others as you want to be treated. There is no moral compromise. Matthew 7:15 comes right after that wide and narrow road assessment with beware of wolves in sheep's clothing, who inside are ravaging wolves. This world is full of ravaging wolves, some of which don't even realize they are, because the world has inverted what is good and evil to the point where, you know, the actions of ravaging wolves is accepted and romanticized. Like, it's okay to fight down the bad guys over here, but go cheat on your wife over here. That's why there will be a lot of people who think they're going to heaven, but they may hear those words, depart from me, I never knew you, you worker of lawlessness. Because in Matthew 7:15 he says, not everyone who says, Lord, Lord, but I did this in your name and that in your name, will enter the kingdom of heaven, but only the ones who did the works of the Father. So once you accept that sacrifice, you will want to glorify him, and you'll listen to his words. You'll understand that his laws were for our best intention, to live in harmony, and you will want to obey. But when you're not spending time in the Word, when you're listening to the world and culture is shaping you and molding your thoughts, allowing moral compromise to enter the fabric of your very being so that you're treating others in a way you would not want to be treated, but you're blind to it, you stand a great risk of separating yourself from God and walking on that broad road to destruction. Jesus will say, "Depart from me, I never knew you, you lawbreakers, you workers of iniquity, you workers of lawlessness." But the world is conditioning us to work in lawlessness. It is glorifying, it is normalizing lawlessness. It is rewarding lawlessness all around us. You can steal up to $1,000 worth of stuff without going to jail. You can enter this country illegally and get handed money. We're giving money to these foreign countries while people are living in poverty on the streets here, and people can barely put eggs on the table and keep up with their bills. That's encouraging lawlessness. The powers of this world want to bring out the lawlessness so that they can shame every Christian and have everyone on that broad road to destruction. You keep your eyes fixated on Jesus, and you'll avoid that. Stand firm in the faith and avoid that road, that broad road to destruction. Stay on the narrow path. I pray this finds you well. God bless. We'll see you tomorrow.